What's up, guys? Today we're coming at you with a Blue Eyes Guardragon deck profile. So let's jump into this deck profile and let's see what we're coming at you with. We're still running 3 of the main monster, Blue Eyes original OG White Dragon. We want to be able to get this card. You want to see it in hand as fast as possible. Help you get the advantage in hand that you need. And it's also a great normal monster. It's 3K booty. Or 3K sword, excuse me. We're also running 3 of the alternative dragon. Alternative dragons are backup for our original Blue Eyes to be able to reveal Blue Eyes in hand, special summoning, be able to get that free pop, very good. We're also running 2 Dragon Spirit of White. This is just, to me, always good. 2 Dragon Spirit White is just helpful for the back row removal. If you have Blue Eyes White Dragon in hand, you can do the tag effect to switch it out. That way it can make your opponent miss it on the chain link. Very good. We're also running 3 of the White Stone of the Ancient. White Stone of the Ancient helps us to be able to make sure we recur the Blue Eyes or whatever level 8 we have in the graveyard we want to time back to the hand. Also, too, if it's sent to the graveyard, to be able to special summon Blue Eyes from the deck. Very, very useful. And also on top of that, we're running 1, the White Stone of Legend. White Stone Legend is good with this mandatory effect to be able to add a Blue Eyes to the hand. And that can be very useful for whenever you start to do your Link Karibo plays, things like that, or even going into your Guardragon plays. Very useful. We're also running 3 Sage of the Eyes of Blue. This guy is very useful, help to be able to get our tuners to the hand, to be able to target a monster on the field, send it to the graveyard, and to be able to special summon the Blue Eyes can help us get a lot of our plays started up. I'm also running 1, the Master with the Eyes of Blue. I really like the Master with the Eyes of Blue due to the fact that he can help you to return your Sage to hand, your stones to hand. Also, too, while he's in the graveyard, if you target an effect monster on the field, send it to the graveyard, and allows you to special summon Blue Eyes. The reason why I like that effect so much is because it helps me get back the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon out of the graveyard, and that can help me to set up boards that can be very difficult to get over, so I like that. For our Guard Dragons, we're running 1 Guardragon Remedies and 2 Prominences. These 2 are very, very useful for the deck. And the reason why I say that is they help you start into your Guardragon Link combo plays, but also too, Prometheus, he helps to be able to, you can send it from the graveyard and give your dragons a 500 attack point boost. That can be sometimes very useful. Also too, if a normal monster goes to the graveyard, he special summons back to the field, so that's very useful. Gormidides is very good. If he's in your hand and the normal monster goes to the graveyard, you can special summon it once per turn. Also too, if he's in the graveyard, you can return it back to the hand. So that's very useful also. We're also running a little small one-ofs package. We're running 1 Chaos Dragon Liveneer, 1 Amorphous Goliath, 1 Arc Brave, and 1 Destrudo. All 4 of these are very, very useful for the deck. Can be very much blowouts in some aspects, and can be very useful depending on what game you're playing against. Liveneer could be that card that if you need to, it could just be a good 3K body on board, and he's also searchable. Amorphous Goliath is good for locking out your opponent out of the extra deck, and this, believe it or not, is very useful right now because if your opponent can't start with the extra link things or linking up and their ladders, or if they're synchro based, things like that, it could really lock out and get you an easy win. Arc Brave, very good for getting out your Amorphous Goliath, but also too with your Return of the Dragon Lords, when you special summon it back if you wanted to, if you're playing against a Pendulum player, even against Guys players, things like that. Any face-up spells or traps, it can banish out, so that's very useful for you. Just don't forget that. Don't always just think just send it to the graveyard, get this back, and just leave it sitting in the grave. That can be very useful to you. And Destrudo is just good for helping you get him on board, help with your link plays. But that is it for our monsters. For the spell cards, I'm running the 1 Pot of Desires. Pot of Desires, I really do like Pot of Desires in this deck. I did not like Pot of Desires at first, but once you learn how to play it, it's get your combo pieces in the graveyard first or in your hand, whichever way you want to go about it. Then hit this card, you're looking pretty. We're running 3 Trade In. Trade In is, you got all these level 8 monsters, pitch them to the graveyard, return them back with one of your Born cards, you're looking pretty. We're also running 3 Melody of Awakening Dragon. This card is, very ace searchable in the deck. You want to bait out any ashes or anything like that before you want to start throwing this. But the fact that you can get your Chaos Levineer, your Blue Eyes cards to the hand, very useful and very helpful to your gameplay. I'm also still running the 1 Bingo Machine Go. I still want to run one of this. This is still a searcher. It can help you get to the cards that you need to be able to start your plays. Like I said, if you open this up, even if you get towards mid game, you're still looking good with this card. It can be very useful. We're running the 1 Dragon Shrine and the 1 Foolish Burial. These 2 are very useful. You won't be able to send those dragons to the graveyard. Like I said, if you end up sending one of your Dragon Spirits to the graveyard, and also to one of your Guard Dragons or your Destrudo, could be very useful to you and help you with your game state going on down. We're still running the 1 for 1 just to be able to get those level 1 monsters out there to help with a lot of your plays. Very useful. We're running 1 Monster Reborn because Monster Reborn is Monster Reborn. It's the card that, is iconic for the game. You want to be able to play in this in your Blue Eyes. We're also still running the 3 Return to Dragon Lord. This is like the best Reborn card for the Blue Eyes, White Dragons, or dragons in general, just to be able to target the level 7 or 8 monsters, especially summon it back. Very useful. Also, too, it gets that blanket effect. It's going to make your opponent fight a little bit hard to get rid of your dragon monsters. And lastly, for the spells, I'm running 2 Silver's Cry. Since we lost Soul Charge, I want to run another Reborn card, but I don't want to run the World Legacy card because it requires a Link monster. Sometimes you don't want to do with that. You just want to get a Blue Eyes White Dragon out there and swing for game. But that is it for the main deck. For the extra deck, we're running 2 Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. This guy is very useful. It helps, if you're going up against a pendulum matchup, things like that. They're not going to be able to pendulum summon for a whole bunch of monsters. You're only going to get 1. Also, 2 monster effects that happen off in the graveyard. You're going to put that on lockdown. And also, 2, the tag out effect is very useful. I'm running 2 Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. The main reason why I'm doing this is because, like I said, I like to be able to tag out with Blue Eye Spirit multiple times into a monster. It's going to help me reborn more monsters. Also, to give me a blanket effect. The whole extra deck and deck, for the most part, is all dragons, except for the few spellcasters. So that can help to be very useful for me to blanket the field, protect all the dragons. They're going to have to either run them over or something like that, or wait a turn. And if they've got Return to Dragon Lords in the graveyard, it's going to be very, very problematic for the opponent. We're still running the Galaxy Eyes package with the 1 Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon, the 1 Galaxy Eyes Full Armored Photon Dragon, and the number 95 Dark Matter, Don't Care, Doesn't Matter Dragon. Cypher is just good for if your opponent has one of them crazy Link monsters over there, or even if they got XYZ monsters, switch it up, snatch it up, and then link off with it if you have to. Galaxy Eyes Full Armor is just good for getting that 1 face-up pop. And Dark Matter is just Dark Matter. To be able to make sure you can get 3 of your opponent's cards banished is always good. To be able to set up your graveyard for your plays, especially Morphage Goliath and Art Braid, is very useful. We're running 1 number 38 Hope Harbinger Dragon just to be able to make sure you lock down your opponent's spell cards. You're going to make them have to think, how am I going to bake this out? Things like that. It's very useful. Also, too, when you get your board set up, if you have this out there, they're going to have to hit this first. So that's useful, too. We're running 1 Link Karibo. Link Karibo is very much needed for the deck. It can help you get your play started off, and also too, it's a good, block for the attack of one of your opponent's monsters. Is very good. I'm running 1 Lamphonicus. Lamphonicus is just a generic 2 pointing down arrows. Can help you get a lot of your plays started up where you start doing all of your Link plays. And for our Guard Dragons, I'm running the 1 LP, the 1 Pitsy, and the 1 Arcapane. These guys are phenomenal in my opinion. Very, very crazy in the way you line up your plays. LP is going to help you to be able to special summon from the hand or the deck. It's very useful and starts off with your Guard Dragon plays. Pitsy is good for returning the banish or the graveyard. Very useful. Help to be able to recur any of your dragons. It's very, very good. And also too, Arcapane is going to be the one that you want to get out there because he's going to be able to help you to special summon dragon monsters from your extra deck. that is phenomenal and insane. Can help you start putting some plays on board that you haven't been able to put on board, and can really set up a crazy board. We're also running the one Triple Burst Dragon. Triple Burst Dragon just helps you do your link climbs, and also too, he's very good for, you know, doing trample and also that battle phase effect. It's very useful. And lastly, for the extra deck, we're running one Skull Dread Saryuja Skull Dread, to be able to draw 4 cards, resource your cards, spend back what you don't need. Also too, the main one, to be able to get the attack point boost and be able to special summon another monster is very, very crucial. Could help you do a lot of crazy plays. But that is it for our deck profile, guys. Let us know in the comment section below what improvements you have, what you're playing, or what you think the Blue Eyes can do in this meta. This is Man from Team DBZ Biscuit. We're out.